There's a habit most people have that nobody talks about because it doesn't feel like a habit. It doesn't feel like anything. It feels like Tuesday. You get a raise, so you upgrade the apartment. The apartment feels right, so the old furniture looks wrong. The new furniture makes the kitchen embarrassing. The kitchen gets redone, and suddenly you're spending $400 more a month than before the raise, and you have nothing to show for it except the vague sense that things are finally the way they should be. That's not a lifestyle upgrade. That's a treadmill with better lighting. Economists have a name for it: lifestyle inflation. And the reason it destroys more wealth than almost any other force in personal finance is that it's invisible at the moment it happens and catastrophic in the rear view. Let me put a number on it so this isn't abstract. Say you're 30 and making $65,000. You get bumped to $80,000. That's $1,250 more per month before taxes, roughly $875 net. The average person absorbs that entire difference into spending within 90 days, according to research from the National Bureau of Economic Research tracking income shocks and consumption. Not on one big thing, on 40 small ones. A nicer gym, streaming services they forgot they added, dinners that used to feel like a treat and now feel like Tuesday. If instead you invested $600 of that raise monthly at a 7% return and spent the rest, after 30 years you'd have roughly $735,000. That's not luck. That's just not spending money you never had before. But almost nobody does it because the raise arrives and the spending feels earned. It is earned. That's the trap. Here's what makes this particular habit silent. With a bad investment, there's a moment of loss. You see the number go red. With lifestyle inflation, there's no red number. There's just a new normal that costs more. Your brain recalibrates immediately. The way your eyes adjust to a dimmer room, and within weeks, the $80 dinner feels like what dinner costs, and the $40 dinner feels like slumming it. Psychologists call this hedonic adaptation. You return to roughly the same baseline satisfaction regardless of what you buy, which means the $1,200 couch produces the same long-run happiness as the $400 couch, just with a longer payment window. I'm not saying buy the $400 couch because deprivation is virtuous. I'm saying the $1,200 couch doesn't deliver $800 more happiness. It delivers about 6 weeks more happiness, and then it's just a couch. And the compounding works against you in both directions, which is the part that makes this genuinely ugly. The money you spend on lifestyle inflation doesn't just leave. It was also the money that would have been earning money. Every $500 a month absorbed into a bigger apartment at 30 is roughly $567,000 not in your account at 60. That's not the $500. That's what the $500 would have become. So the real cost of lifestyle inflation isn't the number on the receipt. It's the number that never appears anywhere, on no statement, in no account, with no notification. You don't feel it leave. You just notice, eventually, that it was never there. That's the silence. Most people hit 52 doing the math for the first time and find a gap they can't explain because the spending that caused it felt completely reasonable in the moment. It always does. Now, here's where I want to be honest about who this applies to, because this becomes a smug lecture fast if you aim it at the wrong people. If you're earning $38,000 and spending everything, that's not lifestyle inflation. That's arithmetic. Lifestyle inflation is specifically a middle and upper middle income problem. The people with real margin who quietly convert every raise into recurring fixed costs before they've had time to think. The fix isn't complicated. It's just unpopular. When income goes up, automate a percentage of the difference before it hits your checking account. Treat the raise as if it's 60% of what it actually is. Your spending will adapt to whatever number it sees. It adapted upward effortlessly. It'll adapt to a ceiling the same way. The lifestyle will feel the same within 2 months. The net worth in 20 years will not.